Hello, everyone. I'm Leslie Cornwell, certified nurse midwife with Midwifery Business Consultation. This section has to do with time management tips. Legal disclaimer we put at the beginning of all of our presentations. This information is for general and educational use only, not intended to substitute for professional, legal, or clinical advice. We strive to keep our information as accurate and timely as possible, but make no promises and guarantees it will work for your local unique situation. Course objectives, the students will be able to verbalize what exactly is time management, the challenges that come around time management, why understanding time management techniques are so important, how time management really will benefit you in your personal and professional life, and then some common time management theories to consider when implementing the style of time management you want to utilize. This topic is really important because time is our most valuable asset, and you want to improve efficiency, good quality, have more time at home, make more money in a short amount of time, impacting more people on a larger scale with least amount of time, improving systems, operations, not having things fall through the cracks, good follow through. There's a lot of layers to time management that'll improve your quality, your reputation, your services, and getting you more time back. So let's go to the basics. What is time management? It's the utilization of your time for a specific task in the most efficient and effective way. You'll be able to achieve goals and grow your business in a limited amount of time. It allows people to manage their time and leverage the experts around them. There is a great book called the 80-20 principle, and it really is stressing like what things should you be doing and focusing on and how you should manage your time so that you can delegate and do meetings and really leverage the wonderful people around you that you have with your practice, with your life, resources to be able to scale up to the next level. There's a lot of challenges with time management. Nobody has really taught them that before. They're overwhelmed. There's so much on their list that they don't even know where to get started at. There's a lot of internal and external barriers with time management. A lot of people have fear, anxiety, lack of self-control, procrastination, lack of motivation. They're huge multitaskers and just very scattered thinking, and nothing's really getting done. They want to make everybody happy, but then they run out of time and problems with there's just not enough. You block 5 minutes and it takes an hour. You say you can do something, but you've got these other projects that are due. Now you're sacrificing personal time, family time. You don't have good barriers and boundaries and time management of when to work on things that is the most efficient time versus checking your email scattered all day is very different than just checking them first thing in the morning, a little bit at lunchtime, or having your personal assistant keep you updated on just the things you need to know, and then maybe one last time before the end of the day. If you're just scattered looking at things, more things are going to fall through the cracks because you can't fully focus on them. External things, your workloads, your job constraints, the lack of support you have around you, a lot of distractions. We're in a very high pace, fast society, and you're trying to do more and more with less amount of time. So there's different time management techniques to consider. There's the Pareto analysis. It states that 80% of the consequences from 20% of the causes. And that's that 80-20 principle that I was referencing. You need to be focusing on the things that make the most sense for you to be doing, and then outsourcing and feeling confident with the team and the people you've outsourced to handle the other parts of your list of tasks. It's a really important skill. The Eisenhower matrix is a tool to help you prioritize what is urgent, what needs to be done first. You can make a list of everything you have to do and then put it what has to be done today, what can be done tomorrow, what can be done next week, what can be done in 3 months, 6 months, years from now. Take all your things on your task and what only can be done by you and what can be prioritized and delegated to other people. It will help greatly. Time management has a lot to do with time blocking. Make time for family time, make admin time, um, meetings, even if you're not blocking appropriately, a turnover opportunity for you to rest and go to the bathroom. If you just schedule meetings back to back, one meeting goes over, it has a ripple effect, and you're late for your other meetings, and then you don't even get a lunch break or to the bathroom, depending on how your schedule's set up. You could have the same challenge with doing visits with people, and you want to be able to be prompt and respectful impactful and not overflow a half hour, 45 minutes because you didn't allot the right amount of time or you didn't allot time to do things at all. Getting things done, having a checklist, having different platforms to utilize to make sure you're getting things accomplished, and the things you should be doing, not that you're just doing things that are on the list because they're more fun or you're avoiding certain things. You need to really look at what are highest priorities, what are big things, what are in front of people, patient safety, quality, customer service, what are projects you would like to eventually do, what needs to be done now, and then if you do get a little downtime doing those other things that are less urgent. The Pomodoro technique is breaking into 25-minute blocks to focus, and then breaking it in a little subset. Timer, 5-minute integrals, giving yourself longer breaks throughout the day, having 4 interval day setups where you can just focus and concentrate and get certain things done you have on your task list. And it gives you that little opportunity to be able to have some breaks and get a little caught up on things. You'll actually be more involved in remembering things and more productive by actually not just going and going and getting tired and exhausted. There's amazing productivity apps out there. There's a lot of things to help you schedule, prioritize. There's so many tools with your team and project management and really being able to promote what you're doing with your time. You're going to do meetings in the beginning of the day. You're going to do your recordings and your things that really need the top part of your brain, your consulting work, your client visits. And then towards the end of the day, it's going to be less really needing your mental capacity to get the best product possible. So you need to prioritize what makes more sense to do at the beginning of the day versus the end of the day. There's different time management theories out there. There's the Parkinson's law, the amount of time work on a given task. Should come back to you in value and tenfold of you need to be appropriate in blocking in the right amount of time and the project realistic. The 70% rule has to do with conserving energy, having people more productive, and being able to work less at an as less intense pace. You're going to actually get more out of them than just rush, exhausted and stressed out. The Hofstadter law is a task that takes longer than estimated to do. People overestimate the benefits of a system and then they rush to get it out. They say the product is too important or they didn't value how much research and planning and risk reduction. They're so focused on just getting it taken care of. They aren't really accurately estimating how much importance there is to allotting the enough time for research and planning to be able to do the project. So you got to be careful based on the pressures that you have. The pickle jar theory is more of a visual metaphor to illustrate the fact that a person's day can be filled with a lot of small, unimportant things that could take away from important things. So it's people getting distracted. They think that they're accomplishing something, but they're not actually getting things done. They're busy doing things, but they're not actually accomplishing. There's different time management tips. So you want to be able to think of don't improvise, stick to a schedule. Habits are powerful. What works for you? If getting up at 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 8 in the morning, spending the first 2 hours doing administration things, emails, organizing, getting set up for the day, and then 4 hours of meetings, and then you work on projects in the afternoon. Even your flow, if you're a medical provider, your business, your staff, your customers, how are you going to see people? How are you going to take care of them? Are you going to do meetings all day and then work on your projects in the afternoon now that you have a sense of priorities and what needs to be taken care of today versus in a few weeks? You really want to block things down. The more detailed you can be, the more explanations with the descriptions and references, it really will help you to be more productive and get things accomplished. Multitasking is a vicious cycle. People think it maximizes the productivity, but it typically does more harm than good. You're going to miss things. Things will fall through the cracks. You're going to make mistakes as you're trying to juggle. Moms and parents and so many people do it where they're running around like a chicken with their head cut off. You're in circles, And if you're so overwhelmed, it happens all the time. You start an email and then you get distracted by another email and then you get distracted by social media. Like it is very difficult with our technology age to stay focused. We get so much ADHD and really distracted easily that we don't even remember the original task we were working on. So make sure you have a list, make sure you have a piece of paper and you're checking things off and keeping focused. If all of a sudden an email comes up, you can put it on your other side list and maybe it is a priority and you have to pause what you're in the middle of. Maybe there's a major tech issue, maybe there's someone that called. You're always going to be pivoting and adjusting things, but you need to make sure there's a difference between trying to do three things at once versus one in focus, and then someone else has a higher priority you have to. Don't be afraid to delegate. I think too many people think I can do it best. Maybe it's a scarcity mindset of money and cost that they're like, it's easier if I just do it. It's too expensive. I'll save the $20. I'll save the $100. But they aren't valuing their time. You can actually create and accomplish so many more things when you're leveraging the experts around you. Maybe it takes initially a little more work training them and the people and the resources to make those systems, but long term you can scale up and be able to be more efficient with your time far sooner and faster with the amazing team that's around you. You need to include time for rest, self-care, dates, family time, hobbies. It's not just time management of business professional things. We have to take care of ourselves, exercise, nutrition, water, rest time, hikes, walks, vacations. We need to allow breaks throughout our day so that we're not just in a high adrenaline situation all the time. Organize your space. There's a lot of stress and anxiety people get from having a cluttered workspace. 43% of people consider themselves disorganized, resulting in extra hours. Takes more time to find something. If you're trying to find a receipt, you're trying to find an email, you're trying to find a document. So many people waste time just searching for scattered things because they don't have an organized system. Whether that's your closet, whether it's a filing cabinet, whether it's a Google Drive folder, whether it's your emails. You need to organize your task and your space and your resources so it's easy to find things. Giving them names that are very detailed, folders you put them in that make sense. You need to have a clear workspace on your computer and on your actual desk. Identifying things that are wasting you time. Maybe it's watching movies, maybe it's getting distracted on social media. It could be you do some research about one person and then all of a sudden you're going down a rabbit hole of other distractions and reading articles and finding out what celebrities are doing nowadays. So you really need to be conscientious of your time and focused and catch yourself when you go down those autopilot distractions because your mind doesn't like to be in a stressed out environment. It wants to de-stress. And also knowing this is the time to take a break versus I am wasting my time because my body really just wants a little downtime. Even if it's a power nap, understanding am I wasting time or am I actually improving my productivity and my stamina by doing some of these things. The President Eisenhower and the 80-20 rules. So President Eisenhower always asked the question, the quote, what is important is seldom urgent, what is urgent is seldom important. That aligns with the 80-20 rule, with 80% of the results stem from 20% of the effort. So you need to figure out what are generally important things versus just things distracting and trying to get your attention. Because probably only 20% is super critical, should be addressed only by you being taken your precious time, while the rest isn't urgent or it can be delegated to someone else. So you definitely need to be conscientious of you don't have to do everything. If someone says, I don't have time, I can't do that, I always challenge them. There's always time. It's just about priorities, pivoting, and really being good about time management. Try the Pomodoro technique. It was created by Francesco Cirillo in the 80s, and it was a time setter of just 25 minutes to concentrate on a single task, followed by a 5-minute break. Do something for 25 minutes, 5-minute break. Do something for 25 minutes, 5-minute break. Set a kitchen timer, set a timer on your phone, and just give yourself a task and then be in the moment, be in the present, appreciate what you just accomplished, and then move on to to your next task. There's always a balance of time and accomplishing things versus analysis paralysis and looking busy, but not actually anything is happening. I tend to be an action speaks louder than words person. I do enough meetings to plan and do risk reduction, but a good chunk of the time is action oriented. How do we solve problems? How do we fix systems? How do we get the right people surrounding us so that we can scale up and improve processes on a large level? And you have to be conscientious. You're only one person, and there sometimes people that really go down this rabbit hole of being highly productive, big dreams, their mind is really opened up. The time constraints are really frustrating because they want to do more and more, and there's only so many hours in a day. And there's also the challenge I would give people. We all have the exact same amount of hours. People always wonder, how does that person so highly productive in one day while someone else doesn't really get much accomplished in the day and their life? And it comes down to time management, priorities, and their work ethics. Automate, automate, automate. You really want to do as much as possible of automating follow-ups, reminders, delegations, alarms, task, being able to set yourself in a streamlined, simple way to do your task. If you have a meeting, putting in the description what you guys are going to talk about, an automated script to follow up with your consultant clients to summarize that your team puts together based on the recording. There's so many ways you can improve services, but it doesn't have to be you directly doing all of it. So think about how you care for people, how you manage, what type of business you run, and what is the best way you can improve time management systems so that you can really take higher quality but be able to get more accomplished. So, as a conclusion, effective time management is crucial for anyone, business owners, parents, family, friends. It gives you more things in life with less amount of time, better health, better wealth. There's different internal and external factors that make it difficult. Your habits, your routines, that own glass ceiling effect, your environment, the stressors, the amount of responsibilities you have on your list. If you're not good at delegating, time management is commonly applied with projects and goal orientation, business planning, strategic planning. Being the most productive in a day with your own routine is so, so important to be able to get more and more done with less and less amount of work. So, streamlining things, leveraging the amazing tools and resources out there, surrounding yourself by great people that are high achievers to be able to help to get all those amazing things accomplished with less and less efforts.